John Wilden isn't one of the better known names in this animation, but those who saw this rather dark animated shorts tend to remember them. A Canadian Weldon, known best in the United States for his shorts, aired a Cartoon Network's compilation show O Canada. His best known short is the disturbing to be cartoon dealing with effects of cloning and individual existence. Other examples of his work are The Lump, a bizarre story about a growth deformity changing in a man's life for the better, and Special Delivery, which dealt with murder, adultery, and even had a frontal nudity. Despite what he got away with, there was one short that Weldon made that only a few people have seen or heard of, Sunlit Nightmare. The exact year that it was made isn't unknown, but the indications to the point of near the early to mid 1980s. Weldon had accidentally started to grow signs of neuropalsy, falling asleep suddenly at work. He would wake up screaming and refuse to say, anything about it, what he had been dreaming about. When he wasn't asleep, he was working on with a feverish devotion on a new animation start, and it are promoted Sunlit Nightmare. Skilled in nearly every aspect of animation, Weldon made the entire short himself, or at least seemed to. He said his newest short was for children, something to air between shows on kids' networks. He showed it to some executives at his company, who were terrified and couldn't believe what Weldon wanted to show it to children. Weldon didn't seem to care, and went on to work on another project on his neuropalsy and disappeared. It wasn't clear what happened to the original copy of the short, but O Canada somehow got a copy aired at once. One night in the summer of 1999, recently someone who apparently recorded the whole sole airing uploaded online, and the short was finally seen. The short started to begin with a pure black screen. There was no title, what sounded like a small boy was singing. The shadows at night don't scare me. The sounds in the dark I can let be. I close my eyes and let the darkness come, but fear isn't there until I feel the sun. I can tell which one is real. I can't tell apart the feel of the sun nightmares in my head. I don't understand how I'm not dead. After the song, the short transitioned to a small boy in the living room. Animation was very simple. The boy and the furniture were drawn out in squigglish style in black pen. The background and the non-outlined parts of the objects were in paper white. The boy was nervously looking around the room and was very jittery. While he looked, there was a voiceover. I used to be afraid of the dark. I would stay up all night, afraid of the monsters that were hiding in the shadows. One day, I was tired from sleeping the night before. I lay down on the couch and thought I could sleep. When it was the sunny day out, I had the scariest dream ever. I couldn't remember even all of it. All I could remember was that the beam of the sun shining down when I woke up. Ever since then, haven't been afraid of the dark. The boy kept on looking view at the changed behind the couch, a glob of black clay behind it. Real clay. It started to grow and turned into some kind of insect or spider. It was even taller than the couch. It jumped out from behind and started chasing the boy. They ran through several rooms of the house. The drawing quality of the rooms improved with each new one until they were in a bedroom against a live-action, completely frozen backdrop. The monster cornered the boy, a gigantic mouth, and swallowed him. The next part is hard to describe. It was all in claymation. Clay insects, people, and transforming shapes were dancing, warping, and morphing. It was fast-paced, but the music was very slow, played entirely on a high-pitched bells. The boy eventually fell out of one of the shapes. He was curled up in fear of sobbing. The shift then went back to the room from the beginning of the short. The boy was lying on the floor, a yellow beam of light shining down on him. The singing then started again. Every day, it's the exact same thing. The monsters roaring, bite, and sting. No one is home. No one can help me. I wish I could leave, but outside I see the burning dry glare, the brightness in the air. I used to fear the dark, but now I'm the only one who had to deal with the endless, hopeless fear of the sun.